With the other team leader.
With Coleman?
Yeah.
He and I were always good friends. You know, he and I always got along. Never really stepped on each other's toes or anything. I mean, we were cool.
What was the relationship like between the three team leaders and Corporal Lightfoot?
I don't know how Larson and him got along, but Lightfoot always had the kind of a gear queer type. He was good at his job. Everyone knew he was good at his job, but he always like went overboard. So you know they call that guy the dick suck or whatever, you know. But he was good at his job and he likes his job, and that's why he was so motivated. You know, he was just always motivated. And he and I got along real well. We were roommates, and well, actually we were roommates after that, so that's not where it came from. But he's one of the first guys that approached me when I got to the unit, and we kind of, you know, bummed around a little bit here and there, but we just always got along real well. The other guys, Coleman, no one had a problem with him in our squad, but as far as him and Larson went, I don't know. I think Larson was just, I think he was just civil with him because he had to, and he knew it wasn't his choice to put Lightfoot in charge. You know, if it was his choice, he'd be in charge of Lightfoot, you know, one of those type of deals. So I don't know. I would have a feeling that he would have talked, you know, behind his back about, you know, well, I don't like this decision. You know, I think he did that with his other, the other corporals that came from 3-4 with him. But Larson was sort of he was kind of opportunistic as far as, you know, like, take what I can get, but screw you, you know, one of those guys. I don't know.
What about your relationship with the platoon sergeant and platoon commander? Platoon sergeant first.
Platoon sergeant? Everyone was kind of scared of Staff Sergeant Wilder. I never had a problem with him at all. He was interesting to work for because he always challenged us. You know, I remember I was always afraid of a PFT, and then he started putting us through so much together that first of all we created a bond that got the whole platoon so close that we would actually go out and party as a platoon. That was cool. But then we were all good friends. The platoon was all good friends, and he was still pretty hard to work for because he had these moods that he would get in. You know, you just wanted to keep your distance but be respectful. You know, so I always just made sure I did my job. You know, I tried not to worry about too many other people other than my fire team. You know, I think I learned that real well is, you know, I don't need to go talk to him. I got a squad leader that's going to go talk to him. So I'm just going to do my job real well, make sure my guys do what they need to do. I'll take care of them, talk to the, you know, squad leader, and then he can go deal with Staff Sergeant. But he always treated me really well. I mean, he gave me good pro-cons. I mean, you know, he didn't hate me, I don't think, unless it's something I don't know about. But I mean, I got along with him real well.
What about the platoon commander?
Lieutenant Watson? I remember when he first got there, he was so by the book that it was, you know, but that's with most new lieutenants. You gotta kind of, it takes a while to break them of that and stuff, but he knew his job. He knew what he needed to do, and he watched the platoon sergeant. You know, he learned from watching other platoons. He learned from talking to the CO, and he learned from talking to Staff Sergeant. But then he actually, I think it was cool, is that he actually realized when, you know, this Staff Sergeant's trying to take advantage of me. You know, I think, you know, Staff Sergeant Wilder overstepped his bounds a little bit as far as like into the platoon commander's spot, because I don't think he and the platoon commander got along. You know, Staff Sergeant and platoon commander got along very well at all. But when the time came, Lieutenant Watson stepped up and said, "This is not right. You are out of here." You know, so I think that's cool that, you know, he did that. I always got along with him. He and I bumped heads every once in a while, but that was kind of fun because
I'm gone.
we were both doing it professionally, you know. He'd actually joke around with me and you know, be like, can I run the platoon now, Bellmont? You know, I'd be like, all right, I guess it's all yours, sir. You know, stuff like that. But I think, you know, he took stuff that I said, you know, as a grain of salt. I'd say, you know, he'd be like, this sucks, but you know, he's like, well, we got to do it. You know, one of those things. And
what's going on? You over here?
I don't know. I never really.
No.
I don't know, we have a good relationship, I think.
What about
It's not going to take care.
what about the company first sergeant?
First Sergeant Calderon.
Yeah.
He's a good guy.